In this video, I'm going to cover my top 5 favorite fishing education channels that are a mix of old and new. These days, everyone mentions Fish the Moment, Bass Fishing HQ, and while I watch every video they drop, they can be a lot to absorb for a new bass angler. So I have a list of old school, newer school, some underwater, some scientific, to help you understand these little green and brown fish we love to chase. Let's get started. Hello, my name is JT. Welcome to the Fishing with Gramps YouTube channel. If you're looking for tips, tricks, reviews, how-tos, and a whole lot of bass fishing, hey, you've come to the right spot. That's right. Today we're going to talk about my 5 favorite educational YouTube fishing channels to help you up your game. First is The Nature of Fishing with Paul Roberts. The Nature of Fishing is about the whys that underlie the what and hows of fishing. So The Nature of Fishing's primary focus is on ecology and behavior, the link between the environment, the fish, and the angler. It's what we as anglers need to know to understand what's going on under that water. Now, Paul's videos are masterpieces on video. Years of bass education and 20 to 60 minute lessons with plenty of underwater footage to really help you grasp bass behavior. Some of my favorite videos are his videos explaining bass behavior in regards to water temperature, the pre-spawn to spawn transitions, and a whole bass behavior series covering conditions and circumstances with regard to water temperature, lighting, current, oxygen content, and so much more. If you really want to understand bass, this channel is for you. I consider Paul the modern day Doug Hannon, who we'll talk about here shortly. Paul's goal is to put the nature back into fishing. Now, jump into modern times. Let's talk about the fishing coach, Jim Easterling. Math teacher, football coach, high school fishing coach, master angler, and fishing guide, the fishing coach Jim Easterling. For the last couple of years, he's been creating content for Bass Fishing Declassified and Fish the Moment while working as a bass guide, but he started his own channel to share his passion to help others become better anglers, not only in fishing, but in life as well.
This bass behavior study has changed my outlook on where I look to start fishing for bass. I've been using this study in recent years to help me find areas with big bass on high-pressured bodies of water. This study has proved to us that fish are not where the magazines, TV shows have told us, and you may not be throwing your lure in front of 40% of the bass population.
Just watching that video based on a study changed everything that I thought I knew and really how I fished all of last season. And all the rest of the videos on her channel are great technique-specific breakdowns to help make you a better angler. Now, jumping back to the past, the bass professor, Doug Hannon. Hannon was best known by recreational anglers for catching and releasing over 800 largemouth bass weighing 10 pounds or more. He also has nearly 20 patents for numerous fishing tackle, lures, and boating propulsion designs. Hannon built a large bass research tank in his backyard to develop live well potions formulated to reduce mortality of released bass. He also authored and co-authored several books on bass fishing, and his Bass Professors segment was popular component of the Bassmasters television program. There are 73 videos that have amassed over 7 million views on the ESPN The Bass Professor YouTube channel. I've actually added 2 of his documentaries that were on VHS tape to the channel. One is called Understanding Bass, and the other one is called Catching Big Bass. They're not monetized, of course, but I wanted them available for future generations. Sadly, Doug passed away in March of 2013 at the young age of 66, but his channel is still 100% worth the watch. Next up, Steve Rogers Outdoors. Steve has worked in all facets of the outdoors industry for over 25 years. He's hosted a nationally televised fishing and hunting show, written 800 articles, blah, blah, blah. But that's not why I'm recommending his channel. What Steve does is really put the work in to create videos that will teach you bass fishing techniques using underwater footage that you can actually see. And I mean see the bait underwater so that you have that image in your mind while you're on the water. some of his underwater footage of how bass attack baits and other instances where anglers actually miss the bite. Absolutely fantastic. The fact that he also shares nuggets from the most famous book around bass fishing is worth binging his YouTube channel alone. And what book am I talking about? The almost impossible to find Knowing Bass: The Scientific Approach to Catching More Fish by Keith H. Jones. Number 5, last but not least, bassresource.com, providing bass fishing enthusiasts of all skill levels with information on just about any bass fishing technique, lure, fishing condition they may encounter. Bassresource.com has been around since the internet forum days. Some of y'all youngsters might not have a clue as to what I'm talking about, but Bass Resource has been on YouTube for over 15 years with over 700 videos and 27 million views. This channel covers every possible way to catch bass with simple and fun to watch videos that you could fire up and watch until you retire. Glenn May was my generation's tactical bassin. Be sure to check them out as they continue to be the ultimate bass resource. Now I know there's a lot of different channels out there that you guys watch, some young, some old, but these 5 for me will really teach you everything you need to know to be successful on the water. And like I said, it's a mix of old and new. Some you may have heard of, many I bet you haven't, because some have either been around so long they kind of get buried by all the newer guys, and some are so old school you may not have had these in your sights to even go look for. But now you can't say you didn't know, because Gramps just shared the juice. Now, if you want to help promote the Fishing with Gramps YouTube channel, I'll send you some stickers. Just email me at fishingwithgramps@gmail.com and I'll get some out in the mail to you. I'm not selling them to you folks. I'm just trying to grow the fishing fam. As always, get outside when you can and make some memories. One cast at a time.